Dismal polling, multiple warnings of an electoral wipeout, and a primary threat from the world's richest man. Well, none of that deterred Senate Republicans from passing Donald Trump's mega bill. In the end, the Senate voted 50-50 to pass the bill. J.D. Vance breaking the tie, 3 Republican senators voting no, and now the bill heads back to the House, where Republicans on both ends of the spectrum have major issues with it. Now, a reminder, the bill guts Medicaid to the tune of $1 trillion, kicks 11.8 million people off their health insurance. Also, the tax cuts can be extended for some of the richest Americans. Not to mention, it turbocharges funding for Trump's mass deportations. It also threatens the fiscal future of this country. The New York Times reporting that the deficits that this bill generates, quote, could begin a seismic shift in the nation's fiscal trajectory and raise the risk of a debt crisis. Those are just some of the reasons both the far-right House Freedom Caucus and moderate blue state Republicans have reservations about the bill, which, by the way, no longer has the Trump branding of the, quote, one big, beautiful bill. Democrats managed to strike that name out during votes this morning. There's also the polling on the legislation. As we reported yesterday, just 29% support the bill in one poll. Even a poll from Donald Trump's favorite network, Fox News, puts approval at 38%. Also puts Republicans between a rock and a hard place between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, Trump's one-time political benefactor. The feud between the two erupting in the last 2 days, with Musk threatening to use his billions to fund a primary challenge to any Republican who votes for the bill. When all is said and done, that would mean that the vast majority of the House and Senate GOP will have crossed Elon Musk's red line. Republicans swallowing a political poison pill in the form of Trump's signature legislation is where we start today with former Democratic Senator and MSNBC political analyst Claire McCaskill. And here with me in Washington, managing editor of The Bulwark and MSNBC contributor Sam Stein. Sam, talk to me about how this came together in the final hours.
It's kind of remarkable, honestly. We had an incredibly rushed process with a totally arbitrary deadline in which people were basically adding billions of dollars, taking billions of dollars, crossing out provisions, amending provisions, making changes up into the last moment. And Senate Republican leadership had 4 holdouts, Rand Paul, Susan Collins, Thom Tillis, and Lisa Murkowski. Rand Paul would have moved if they had scrapped the debt ceiling raise in the bill. That was not going to happen because they didn't want to do that because Trump doesn't want to do that. Thom Tillis had already made his position known, and he's retiring now, so that wasn't going to happen. So it came down to basically could they get Susan Collins, who hinted she was very much against the bill, or Lisa Murkowski. And through a series of provisions, basically gifts to Alaska, they got her vote. And what's kind of remarkable about this is that Lisa Murkowski managed to score some provisions to shield her own state from the devastating consequences of this bill in order to vote for it. And she acknowledged that those devastating consequences will now be inflicted on 49 other states. Right. And she said, well, I'm going to try to fix this, and hopefully it comes back to the Senate. In reality, and she knew this, the next step is for the House to just try to pass what the Senate passed, which means it will never come back to the Senate. And so Murkowski took a plunge. Whether she did it because she felt it was honestly coming back or not is up to her to explain. But I think everyone else other than her knew that this is the last time the Senate will likely get its hands on it.
Claire, I want you to take a stab at what you think Senator Murkowski's calculus was here, but also just more generally what Republicans were thinking in passing legislation that they know is unpopular with the majority of American people.
Yeah, Lisa got stuff for Alaska, and I think she probably got herself in a position where she was saying, I won't vote for it. And they said, well, let's do this for you. Let's do that for you. And she said, well, if you'll do this for me. And I'm betting that they kept giving her everything she asked for. And then she kind of was in a hole. She kept, it would have been like her keep moving the goalposts. I'm not going to make excuses for Lisa Murkowski and what she did. But what about somebody like John Cornyn running in Texas next year? What about somebody like McCormick in Pennsylvania, who barely beat Bob Casey? And there is so much about this bill that is politically toxic, Alicia. I mean, the fact that the mere pittance they're giving on taxes on tips and Social Security, guess what? That goes away immediately after the next presidential election. And then On the other hand, the tax cuts for billionaires, they're permanent. And the cuts for Medicaid don't happen until after the midterms. So there's so much cynicism in this bill. They are banking so much that people will buy what they're selling, which is a lie. And what's going to happen, there's going to be real devastation, or people are going to feel the pain. And I do believe that the people who voted for this bill will regret it.
Tim Miller, your thoughts on this legislation?
Well, I agree with Senator McCaskill there. Boy, that would have been an insult, calling you Senator Murkowski there for a second. I agree that certainly the swing district Republicans in the House are going to regret this, as evidenced by the fact that Thom Tillis, who is going to have the toughest race of all the Republicans in the Senate, besides maybe Susan Collins, essentially quit over not wanting to vote for this bill. So, the bill is a big-time political loser, but the policy ramifications are very severe, and the Senator Murkowski's explanation for voting for this bill is something that it's hard for me to think of other precedents for this, like before this time, where you would have a senator. It's not just her; it's also Josh Hawley and Ron Johnson, who are out there saying essentially that this is a bad bill. Like, Hawley's rationale for voting for it is that the Medicaid cuts won't go into place ever, and that he'll fight them in the future. Ron Johnson hasn't even given a rationale for why the bill that he was railing against he's now voted for. Murkowski said in an interview afterwards that she knows this is going to cause pain to people in other states, and it's not as if Alaska's getting a great deal here. They're just getting a carve out on some of the SNAP reimbursement so that it won't be quite as painful for people on food stamps in the state. That's not a great deal for Alaska. So voting for it just because the Alaska deal is less bad than the rest of the country, when you recognize that it's going to cause a lot of pain in the rest of the country, that's not even getting into the ICE side of it, the cuts to energy production. The Murkowski rationale for supporting this is extremely befuddling. And there really was no rush. I guess she felt pressured by Thune and maybe President of the United States, but she's bucked him before. So it's a flummoxing decision to pass a bill that so many people who even support it recognize its serious flaws.
So what happens, Sam, now in the House?
Well, the bill goes to the House. The House Republican leaders are saying they want to move it tomorrow, which... sometimes you just got to step back and say, what are we doing this for, right? Like, everyone who has voted...
Those billionaires need their tax cuts ASAP.
Those tax cuts aren't expiring tomorrow. You have some time here. The debt ceiling's not being hit tomorrow. But it's to Tim's point, it's like everyone who's voted for this bill, not everyone, most people who voted for this bill have been like, well, it's really a bad piece of legislation, but, we'll fix it later. Fix it before you pass it, right? Like, it's hard to underscore how much this is so arbitrary. Trump wants to sign a bill with fireworks going off behind him because it's July 4th. That's like literally the entirety of this reason. So they could hit the pause button and say, instead of voting for passage, why don't we get it right and then vote for passage, which is, how you would normally operate.
And he can have his fireworks in July.
You can have your fireworks. Push the fireworks back. We'll allow it this time. You asked what happens next. So it's going to go to the House. House Republican leadership is like, we're going to vote for it tomorrow. What we know now is that a number of House conservatives are publicly saying they don't like what the Senate did because it doesn't abide by the framework that they had passed initially in the House. And by that, I mean it doesn't cut enough for them. Mike Johnson had made a deal with them. He'd said that the Senate was going to actually cut more. It does not cut enough for them. So they have a choice. They can say, no, we don't like this. We want to revise it and cut it even further, the Senate's version, and then send it back to the Senate. But I think we all sort of know that we've seen this before, right? House conservatives huff and puff, and then when their bluff gets called, they fold. And so I fully expect people like Victoria Sparks, Chip Roy to make a big stink and then ultimately, get some sort of promise down the road that they will address their concerns and then vote to pass.
And the New York Republicans?
The SALT issue, which was the big hang-up for them, is resolved. It actually got resolved with the deal with the Senate. The question is, can they stomach these Medicaid cuts? And Tim's point, can they stomach the clean energy cuts? I've seen nothing really to indicate that they're going to take a firm stand. And the history on them taking a stand is even worse than the history of conservatives taking a stand.
Claire, you have the president saying he wants the House to take up the Senate version of the bill. You think that happens?
Yeah, I think it happens. I can't tell. I mean, I can't take any of these people seriously at this point. I mean, Ron Johnson, and Josh Hawley are two great examples. I mean, Josh Hawley is actually saying, I'm going to work the next 2 years to get the Medicaid cuts out. All he had to do was vote no. That's all he had to do. The bill wouldn't have passed. The Medicaid cuts wouldn't have passed. They would have come back around with something else to try to get the tax cuts for the wealthy. Because let's be honest about this, Alicia. What they care about are the tax cuts for the wealthy, period. They don't care about the deficits. They don't care about the debt. They don't care about health care. They don't care about clean energy and job creation. All they care about, all of this, is in the name of making the tax cuts that Trump did in 2017, which favored the wealthy by enormous margins, permanent. That's what this is all about. And they are willing to bet that the American people won't pay a close enough attention and get mad enough to throw them out of office because they have done this. And I think that the House will pass it. I think they will.
Tim.
I have nothing to tell me that they're going to have any more sense than the Senate just had.